Brahmanda Purana, Part 1, Section 2, Anusanga Pada, Chapter 10. Magnificence of God Shiva, birth of Nilalohita, his 8 names and forms. The footnote says this chapter deals with the 8 forms of God Shiva, a popular conception in Puranas and classical literature. It is an amplification of a similar concept in Satapatha Brahmana, as noted below. This chapter is textually very close to Vayu Purana, chapter 27. The sage said, the manifestation in this kalpa of the noble souled great Lord Rudra, along with the sadhaka, spiritual aspirants, has not been narrated by you. Suta replied, the origin of the primordial creation has been succinctly mentioned by me. I shall now narrate in detail the names along with the physical bodies. Mahadeva begot of his wives many sons in the other kalpas that have passed by. Listen to those procreated in this kalpa. In the beginning of the kalpa, the Lord contemplated on a son on a par with himself. Thereafter, the child Nilalohita appeared on his lap. He cried loudly in a terrible voice. He appeared as though he would burn by means of his brilliance. On seeing the child Nilalohita crying suddenly, Brahma spoke to him. Why do you cry, O child? He replied, give me at the outset a name, O grandfather. The footnote says this name signifies identification of Rudra and fire. This episode of crying for a name and God Brahma's assigning 8 names is a reproduction of the same in Sadapatha Brahmana 6.1.3.1 to 18. It is from this concept is Satapatha Brahmana that Brahmanda Purana and other Puranas such as Vayu Purana, Linga Purana developed the Ashtamurti conception of Rudra. See the next note. O Lord, you are named Rudra. On being told thus, he cried again. Why do you cry, O child? Asked Brahma to him. Give me a second name, said he to the self-born Lord. You are Bhava by name, O Lord. On being told thus, he cried again. Why do you cry? Inquired Brahma of the crying child. Give me a third name. On being told thus, he said again, O Lord, you are Sharva by name. On being told thus, he cried again. Why do you cry? Asked Brahma again to the crying child. Give me a fourth name. On being told thus, he said again, O Lord, you are Ishana by name. On being told thus, he cried again. Why do you cry? Said Brahma to that crying child again. He replied to the self-born Lord, give me a fifth name. You are the Lord and Master of all Pashus, animals, living beings. On being told thus, he cried again. Why do you cry? Said Brahma to that crying child once again. Indeed, give me the sixth name. On being told thus, he replied to him, O Lord, you are Bhima by name. On being told thus, he cried again. Why do you cry? Asked Brahma again to that crying child, give me the seventh name. On being told thus, he replied, O Lord, you are Ugra by name. On being told thus, he cried again. To that crying child, he said, do not cry. He said, give me, O Lord, the eighth name. You are Mahadeva by name. On being told thus, he stopped crying. After securing these names, Nilalohita requested Brahma indicate the abode of these names. The footnote says the abodes of the names of Nilalohita are the 8 forms, Ashtamurtis, of Shiva, and they symbolize the 5 Mahabhutas, gross elements, the 2 principal vital airs, prana and apana, and the principle of the mind. The following tabular statement of the 8 forms of Rudra, their abodes, names of their consorts, and children will clarify this chapter. Name or forms of Shiva Rudra, abode of bodies allotted, designation of that body, name of the consort, name of the sons. 1. Rudra, abode the sun, that is prana or heat, designation of that body, Rudri, name of the consort, Suvarchala, number of the sons, the Saturn, Shani. 2. Bhava, the water, Apaha, Dhatri, the Venus, Shukra. 3. Sharva, the earth, Bhumi, Vikeshi, the Mars, Angaraka. 4. Ishana, the wind, Vata, Shiva. Shiva, Manojava, Avijñātagati. 5. Pashupati, the fire, Agni, Swaha, Skanda. 6. Bhima, the ether, Akasha, quarters, Swarga. 7. Ugra, initiated, Brahmana, Dikshita Brahmana, Diksha, Sanatana. 8. Mahadeva, the moon, Apana or cold, Chandramas, Rohini, Buddha. Then the bodies were allotted by the self-born Lord unto these names abodes. They were the sun, the water, the earth, the mind, the fire, the ether, the initiated Brahmana, and the moon. Thus the bodies were of 8 varieties. The Lord is to be worshipped, saluted, and bowed to in those bodies. Brahma said again to the child Nilalohita, O Lord, at the outset your name has been mentioned by me as Rudra. The sun shall be the first body unto thy first name. When this is when this was uttered, his splendor became an eye, which illuminates. Then it entered the sun. Hence he, the sun, is remembered as Rudra. One shall avoid seeing the sun while rising or while setting. Since the sun comes into view frequently and since it vanishes frequently, one who desires for longevity should not directly see the sun. One should always be pure. Worshipping during the 2 periods of junctions, the dawn and the dusk, and repeating the Saman, Rik, and Yajus hymns, the Brahmanas propitiate and strengthen Rudra of the past and the future. At the time of rising, the sun stands on the Riks. At midday, he stands on the Yajus, and in the late afternoon, Rudra lies down and takes rest gradually. Hence, in fact, the sun never rises nor does he set. The footnote says the Soma, Yaji, Brahmana, Yajamana is regarded as the principle of the mind. This Puranic speculation turned out to be a scientific truth. One shall never pass urine in the direction of Rudra, that is the sun, in whatever condition he may be. Lord Rudra does not oppress the Brahmana who strictly adheres to these principles. Then Brahma said again to that Lord Nilalohita, your second name has been mentioned by me as Bhava. Let the waters be the second physical body of this name of yours. On this being mentioned, the element of the nature of rasa, juice, that is become water became stationed in his body. Since he entered it, the water is remembered as Bhava. Since the living beings are born, Bhavanath of him, and since he evolves Bhavanath, the living beings through them, that is the waters, he is called Bhava due to his creation and evolution of beings. The footnote says this etymology of Bhava is confirmed in Vayu Purana. Hence, one shall never urinate or pass feces into the waters. One should not spit into water, nor plunge into the water in the nude, nor should anyone have sexual intercourse within the waters. Nor should one enumerate these whether flowing or still. These bodies of the waters are declared by the sages as Medhya pure and Amedhya impure, waters devoid of taste, waters of bad odor and color, and water in very little quantity should be avoided on all occasions. The sea is the source of origin of waters, hence waters desire it. After reaching the sun, the waters become sacred and amarta, nectarine. Hence, one should not obstruct the waters, since they love the sea. Lord Bhava does not oppress or injure him who treats water thus. Then Brahma said again to child Nilalohita, O Lord, the third name of yours that had been mentioned by me is Sharva. Let this earth be the physical body of that third name. On this being mentioned, the hard and firm part in his body, namely bones, entered the earth. Therefore, it is called Sharva. Hence, one should not evacuate the bowels or urinate in the plowed land. One should not urinate in the shades of trees or in the pathway or in one's own shadow. After covering the ground with grass and covering one's head, one should evacuate the bowels. Sharva does not oppress or injure him who behave like this towards the earth. Then Brahma said again to child Nilalohita, your fourth name that had been declared by me is Ishana. Vayu, wind should be the fourth physical body of your fourth name. As soon as this was spoken, that vital breath which was stationed in him in five groups and is termed prana, vital breath, entered Vayu. Hence, wind is Ishana. Hence, one should not censure or revile at Vayu, the Lord himself, as it blows violently. Lord Maheshana does not oppress or injure him who properly behaves towards the wind and those who honor the wind by means of yagnas and those who serve it. Then Brahma said again to that Lord Dhumra, smoke colored Ishvara, the fifth name of yours that had been mentioned by me is Pashupati. Let this Agni, fire, be the fifth body of your fifth name. On this being mentioned, the fiery brilliance that had been stationed in his body and is termed Ushna, hot, entered the fire. Hence, fire is Pashupati. Since Agni is Pashu, animal, and since he protects animals, the physical body of Pashupati is defined as Agni. Hence, one should not burn impure ordure, nor should one warm one's feet. One should not place it beneath, nor should one trespass one nor should one trespass it. Lord Pashupati does not oppress or injure him. He Lord Pashupati does not oppress or injure him who behaves properly like this. Then Brahma said once again to the Lord Shweta Pingala, white and tawny colored, O Lord, the sixth name of yours that had been mentioned by me is Bhima. Let Akasha ether be the sixth body of that name. On this being uttered, the cavity that had been in his body entered the ether. Hence, it is the body of Bhima. Since the Lord is remembered as existing in the ether, one should not evacuate the bowels, urinate, take food, drink water, have sexual intercourse, or throw up leavings of food consumed without having a cover on. The Lord does not oppress or injure him who behaves towards Bhima thus. Then Brahma said once again to that Lord who is mighty, O Lord, your seventh name that had been mentioned by me was Ugra. The initiated Brahmana becomes the body of that name of yours. On this being uttered, the Chaitanya consciousness, alertness that was in his body entered the initiated Brahmana who performs the Soma sacrifice. For that duration, the initiated Brahmana becomes Lord Ugra. Hence, no one shall abuse or revile at him, nor shall anyone speak vulgar words about him. Those who censure him take away his sins. Lord Ugra does not oppress or injure those Brahmanas who behave properly thus. Then Brahma once again said to that Lord with the luster of the sun, your eighth name that had been mentioned by me is Mahadeva. Let the moon be the physical body of that eighth let the moon be the physical body of that eighth name of yours. On this being mentioned, the mind of the Lord that had been conceiving and contemplating entered the Chandramasa moon. Therefore, the moon is Mahadeva, hence, the great Lord is considered to be the moon. On the new moon day, a Brahmana should not cut trees, bushes, or medicinal herbs. Soma moon is remembered as Mahadeva, and his Atman soul is the group of medicinal herbs. Mahadeva does not slay him who always remains thus on the Parvan days, new moon, full moon, etc., and who understands that Lord thus. The sun protects the subjects by the day and the moon at the night. On the night, that is on the new moon, the sun and the moon join together. On that Amavasya, new moon night, one shall always be yukta, properly performing yogic exercise. All this visible universe has been pervaded by Rudra through his bodies and names. This sun that wanders alone is called Rudra. It is due to the light of the sun that the subjects see with their eyes. Rudra remains a liberated soul and drinks water through his rays. Food is eaten and water is drunk with a desire for food, water, etc. The body arising out of water develops and nourishes the bodies. That earthen body of the Lord is good as it sustains the subjects. It is through this that the Lord upholds all the subjects by means of a steady splendor. The gaseous body of Ishana is the vital breath of all living beings. It is stationed in the bodies of all living beings along with the functions of the vital breath. The body of Pashupati cooks and digests the food consumed and the beverages drunk in the bellies of the living beings. That which cooks is called Agni, fire, that is gastric fire. The cavities that are within the bodies for the purpose of the free movement of the air constitute the body of the Lord called Bhima. The existence of expounders of Brahman is due to Chaitanya, consciousness of the initiated ones. That body is of the form of Ugra. Therefore, the initiated one is remembered as Ugra. The part of the body that conceives and contemplates and which is stationed in the subjects is the mental body. The moon, it is stationed in the living beings. Being born again and again, he becomes fresh and fresh. It is being drunk at the proper time by the devas along with the pitras. The moon of aquatic nature with nectar within him is remembered as Mahadeva. His first body has been glorified by the name Rudri. Its wife is its wife is Suvarchala and her son is Shanaishchara, the Saturn. The second body of Bhava is remembered by the name of Apaha. Its wife is remembered as Dhatri, and the son is remembered as Ushanas, the Venus. The body of the third name of Sharva is Bhumi, the earth. Its wife is Vikeshi, and the son is remembered as Angaraka, the Mars. Vata, wind, is the body of the fourth name of Ishana. Its wife is its wife is Shiva by name. Anila, wind, has two sons with Manojava, having the speed of the mind, and Avignata Gati, one of inscrutable movement. Agni, fire, is remembered by Brahmanas as the body of Pashupati. Swaha is remembered as its wife. Skanda is remembered as its Skanda is remembered as its son. The ether, Akasha, is called the body Bhima, his sixth name. The quarters are remembered as its wives, and Swarga, heaven, is remembered as its son. The seventh body, Ugra, is remembered as the initiated Brahmana. Diksha is remembered as its wife, and Santana is called the son. The body, Mahat, of the eighth name, is remembered as Chandramas, moon. Its wife is Rohini, her son is remembered as Buddha. Thus these bodies of his have these bodies of his have been recounted along with the names. The Lord is to be saluted and bowed to in those bodies with the respective names for each body. He should be saluted by devotees in the sun, the waters, the earth, the wind, the fire, the ether, the initiated one, as well as the moon. He should be honored with great devotion along with the names. He who knows that Lord thus with the bodies and names acquires progeny and attains the Sayujya identity of Lord Bhava. Thus the esoteric fame of Bhima has been recounted to you. O Brahmanas, let there be welfare unto the bipeds. Let there be welfare unto the quadrupeds. Now the names and bodies of Mahadeva have been recounted. Listen to the progeny of Bhrigu. Chapter 11, the creation of sages. The footnote says this chapter deals with the progeny of the famous seven sages such as Bhrigu, Angiras, Atri, Pulaha, and others. After mentioning their important descendants, we are told that all these races passed away in the Swayambhuva Manvantara. This chapter corresponds to Vayu Purana chapter 28. Suta said, Khyati gave birth to a daughter and two sons. The sons were masters of happiness and misery. They grant auspicious and inauspicious results unto all living beings. They were the gods Dhatre, supporter, and Vidhatre, dispenser of destiny. They used to live and walk about throughout the Manvantara. Their elder sister, goddess Shri, purified the worlds. The splendid lady attained Lord Narayana as her husband. Vala, strength, and Unmada, lunacy, were born of her as the sons of Narayana. Tejas, fiery brilliance, was the son of Bala, and Samshaya, doubt, was the son of Unmada. Other mental sons too were born of him. They move about in the firmament. They drive and carry the aerial chariots of devas and persons of auspicious rites. Ayati, future, and Niyati, restraint. The daughters of Meru are remembered as the wives of Vidhatri and Dhatri. The footnote says Vayu Purana 8.4 reads Dvetu Kanye for Meru Kalpa hereof. It means, according to Vayu Purana, Meru was not the father of Ayati and Niyati. May we take Meru as a Kalpa? Prana and Mrikanda of farm holy vows were their sons. They are eternal and Brahmakoshas, the treasury of Brahman or Vedas. Markandeya was born of Manaswini as the son of Mrikanda. His son Vedashiras was born of Dhumrapatni. Sons of Vedashiras in through Pivari are remembered as propagators of the race. These sages, who are well known as Markandeya's descendants of Mrikanda, were masters of the Vedas. Dyutiman was born of Pundarika as the son of Prana. Dyutiman had two sons, viz. Unnata and Swanavata. Unnata and Swanavata. These two sons had sons and grandsons through mutual alliances among the descendants of Bhrigu. They passed away during the Swayambhuva Manvantara. Listen to the progeny of Marichi. Understand that Sambhuti, the wife of Marichi, the Prajapati, gave birth to the son Purnamasa and the following daughters: Krishi, Vrishti, Tvisha, and the splendid Upachiti. Purnamasa begot of Saraswati two sons. The two were Viraja, who was righteous, and Paravasa. Viraja's son was a scholar well known by the name Sudhaman. Sudhaman, the son of Viraja and Gauri, resorted to the eastern quarter. He was a valorous and noble souled guardian of the quarter, ruler of the world. Parvasa, of great fame, entered the task of counting holy occasions. Parva Ganana. Parvasha begot of Parvasa two sons, viz. Yajurdhaman, the intelligent, and Stambha Kashyapa. Their two sons, Sannyasa and Nischita, stabilized their line. The footnote says the corresponding verse in Vayu Purana 28 reads Sarva Gananam. It means Parvasha entered into all the Ganas. Smriti, the wife of Angiras, gave birth to these children, four daughters and two sons. The four daughters, who were holy and well reputed in the worlds, were viz. Sinivali, Kuhu, Raka, and Anumati. The two sons were Bharatagni and Kirtiman. Sadvati gave birth to Parjanya, the son of Agni, that is Bharatagni. Another Parjanya, otherwise called Hiranya Roman, was born of Marichi. He is remembered as Lokapala, ruler of the world, guardian of the quarter, staying till the ultimate deluge. Dhenuka gave birth to Charishnu and Ritiman, the two sinless sons of Kirtiman. Both of them were the most excellent among the descendants of Angiras. Their sons and grandsons ran to thousands. They have all passed away. Anasuya gave birth to five Atreyas. that is, sons of Atri, who were free from sins. She gave birth to a daughter, also named Shruti, who was the mother of Shankhapada. She was the wife of Kardama, the Prajapati, lord of subjects and son of Pulaha. The five Atreyas were Satyanetra, Havya, Apomurti, Shanaishchara, and Soma, the fifth one among them. They passed away along with the Yamadevas in the Swayambhuva Manvantara. The sons and grandsons of those noble souled Atreyas were hundreds and thousands. They all passed away in the Swayambhuva Manvantara. Danagni was the son of Pitre. Danagni was the son of Priti, the wife of Pulastya. He is remembered as Agastya in his previous birth in the Swayambhuva Manvantara. The middle one was Devabahu, and the third son was Atri by name. Thus Pulastya had three sons. Their younger sister, named Sadvati, was well known. She is remembered as the splendid and pure wife of Agni, that is Bharatagni, and mother of Parjanya. Sujanghi, Sujanghi, the wife of Danagni, the intelligent son of the Brahmanical sage Pulastya and Priti, gave birth to many sons. They are well known as Paulastyas. They are remembered to have lived in Swayambhuva Manvantara. Kshama gave birth to the sons of Pulaha, the Prajapati. All of them had the brilliance of the three sacrificial fires. Their fame is well established. The footnote says, corrected from Vayu Purana 28.25a, as Pulastya in this text is an obvious misprint. There were three, viz. Kardama, Urvarivan, and Shahishnu. Sage Kanakapitha also was his son. There was a beautiful daughter named Pivari. Kardama's wife Shruti, who was the daughter of Atri, gave birth to a son named Sankhapada and a daughter named Kamya. It is reported that this Shankhapada was prosperous ruler of the world and lord of the subjects. He was devoted to the southern quarter. Kamya was given in marriage to Priyavrata. Kamya bore to Priyavrata 10 sons on a par with the Swayambhuva Manu and 2 daughters. It is through these that the Kshatriya race spread. Yashodhara, Yashodhara, the lady of beautiful waist, gave birth to Shahishnu, the son of Kanakapitha. She gave birth to Kamadeva also. Sannati bore auspicious sons to Kratu. They were equal to Kratu. They had neither wives nor sons. All of them were celibate. They were well known as Balakilyas and are 60,000 in number. The surround They surround the sun and go ahead in front of Aruna. All of them are perpetual associates of the sun till the time of ultimate annihilation of the universe. They had two younger sisters, Punya and Satyavati. They were the daughters-in-law of Parvasha, the son of Purnamasa. The seven Vasishthas were born of Urja as the sons of Vasishtha. Their elder sister was a daughter of beautiful waist named Pundarika. She was the mother of Dyutiman and the beloved wife of Prana. Her younger brothers, the seven sons of Vasishtha, are well known. They are Raksha, Garta, Urdhavahu, Savana, Pavana, Sutapas, and Shanku. All of them are remembered as seven sages. The famous daughter of Markandeya, the noble lady of excellent limbs, gave birth to Ratna, the kings of western quarter. He was also known as Ketuman and he was a Prajapati. The races of the noble souled sons of Vasishtha passed away in the Swayambhuva Manvantara. Listen to the progeny of Agni. Thus, the creation of sages has been recounted along with their attendants. Henceforth, I shall recount the family of Agni in detail and in the proper order.